Hello, I'm Kim Hulse, a retail expert working with Business Lincolnshire to bring you a programme of webinars, playbooks and worksheets all about retail. This is part 4 of product lifecycle management, and I'm going to be spending just the next few minutes talking about your stock management decisions based on which lifecycle stage a product is in. So obviously you want to maximise your cash flow and optimise your stock investment, but the decisions you make vary depending on where your product is. Just before introduction, if you're developing your own product, you'll be thinking about your forecast sales and how many you want to make before you actually commit to making them and having them on your shelves. If you're ordering from a supplier, then again, you're going to be talking to the supplier about what the forecasts might be. You'll be guided by the supplier in terms of their knowledge and their experience, but you'll use your own experience of your customers and your shop to think about what that initial order could be. It might be you're being asked to place a pre-order and the volume is slightly higher than you want to actually have in store at that time. So it might be you schedule orders and your initial delivery will have a small volume than future deliveries as confidence and sales grow in this new product. You always want to understand the lead times in this introduction phase, particularly if you are managing your risk by minimising your order quantities. You want to make sure that your lead time is sufficient to be able to react to those surprises in sales. So if your lead time is long, then obviously you'll need to commit a little bit more in terms of that initial stock. As your product moves to the growth phase, then you want to make sure that you have that availability and you don't lose sales due to stock outs. So you'll be monitoring the sales, monitoring your stock flow and looking at your stock investment. You'll have minimum display requirements based on the merchandising you have in store for an impactful display. But you'll also now know what your sales forecast will be. And if you know your lead time, which may be, say, 4 weeks, then you'll need at least 4 weeks worth of stock in your premises before you're able to then replenish again. So if 4 weeks of stock is 100 units, then you'll need to make sure that you've always got that 100 units in stock because you've got to wait 4 weeks for the next delivery. At this point, in the growth stage, you might be able to negotiate better cost prices with your suppliers. Your initial sales are giving you confidence to negotiate, and you've got increased volume, which gives you a tool to negotiate with the suppliers. It might be you've got the confidence to commit to more stock or more facings. Again, that's an area of negotiation you can talk to with your suppliers. You also need to think about what your promotion plans are in this phase, because you may not have been promoting in the introduction phase. So forecast any increase in volume sales that promotions might have. As the product moves into maturity, then sales become more predictable. The sales line perhaps is a little bit more flat, but you need to watch for trends and actively manage those stock commitments. If you've got stock product variants, you might want to rationalise your product range at this point to focus your stock investment and your sales in the key lines only. So monitor the sales, monitor your stock, and at this stage you want to avoid overstocks. Again, you want to keep an eye on what your promotion plans are going to be so that you again are not losing out on lost sales because of stock outs. As the product moves into the decline phase and you can see the end of its life approaching, then your commitment in terms of stock is over. You're looking to discontinue and sell through stock. Depending on what the product is, you might be able to do a stock cleanse with the supplier and negotiate some of the product going back in return for a stock commitment on something new. But whatever the agreements are with your supplier, you're managing that stock to go out of your shop, so you won't be reordering more. So just one thing, if you've got products with a life cycle, then take a look at a few of your products and create some guiding principles for stock management depending on the life cycle stage. If you've got an EPOS system that allows you to automate reordering points, then make sure that you look at what those rules are in terms of reorders at different life stages and adjust those automated reorders, because otherwise you'll continue to replenish stock based on growth when actually the product's in decline. So make sure you have a look at your EPOS system and your rules and adjust them for life stage. For more information, you can access the full playbook, which has lots of information on pricing, promotions, marketing, and stock management based on life cycle. That playbook and others can be found on businesslincolnshire.com/programs/retail accelerator program. All the 5-minute webinars on this series and on other series can be found on this YouTube channel. And if you'd like to speak to someone, then you can contact your local Growth Hub advisor via businesslincolnshire.com/contact us. Thank you for listening.